You are listening to Be Simply. This is Suzanne Toro, aka She. You can anticipate being inspired, discovering some inner and outer wisdom and inspiration. Without further ado, let's dive into Be Simply. Welcome to this segment of Soul, Silence, and Sound. This is brought to you by Be Simply, and this is Suzanne Toro. I want to thank you for taking the time to look in and connect to your inner landscape with these weekly Dharma talks, silence, and sound. And as we are in this new lunar cycle, what appears to be well prepared for all of us is to take a repose, sit back, and reflect on where we want to be in the world. We're definitely at a crossroads and have been at a holding pattern over these past 2 solar cycles since that spring of the year that will be known as 2020. And being at this crossroads, it gives us the opportunity to make choices, and choices with consciousness, choices that ensure that the road we want to pave is aligned with our freedom and our free will that is yours, that always has been. And the temptation here is to revert to the history that you remember, or the history that your ancestors remember, and to revert to the manipulation and mind control that all of humanity has been subjected to. However, it's similar, when you discover someone has been manipulating you, and I'm talking about conscious manipulation, one that's created with premeditated thought. And once you realize that the manipulation has been there for a very, very long time with premeditated thought, it does not mean that anyone is subject to having to continue to follow along with the manipulation. And so we are at that tipping point. And for those that are listening here, how we bring that from the macro to the micro is that you're at this tipping point with yourself. And so what we're going to be diving in here is that will, your free will, and then your current state of awareness, and then this other factor called humility. And so when we move forward in our life at any time when there's been a change or a giant moment, so this has been a giant moment for all of humanity, we typically, and I say we, collective humanity, evaluates what has happened. For those that do not have awareness to take that pause, or potentially the will to take that pause, they continue on. So this transformation period, this transition, this threshold is full of potential. It's full of creativity, and it's a time to spark your fire again. And that's where will resides in each and every one of us. So that will is right there at your solar plexus. And that's where the light frequency of yellow passes through the body. And the spectrum of light is reflective of different aspects of ourself. And so if we look to the external fire that keeps the life force on this planet going, the sun, and we bring that energy into our solar plexus and connect to our inner fire, our inner Agni, that keeps our engines running forward. You will start to feel into where you're at, where you are feeling strong in your will and your state of being and your ethics and the path that you want to pay forward. This is a very intimate place to be with yourself. And the more that you align to your inner will, you will know that there's no wavering. And how we've all gotten to here is that we've had a society of predators leading, orchestrating the puppets, and manipulating what we thought was. And fortunately, many humans are awake and they're getting reacquainted with who they are in relationship to this planet and to one another. And so in this upcoming lunar cycle, if you spend some time really getting clear on where your will is, you will have a very, very, very profound awakening from the inside out. And so everything that you've been up until this point has been a call and response to the macro manipulation to the micro. And so the macro informs your relationships with yourself and others. It informs the type of jobs you get, the schooling, the things you do, and how you show up in the world. And so now you're going to start from the inner world and go out and reacquaint yourself with that will, that solar, that fire energy that exists within you. And take some time with this. This is a very intimate, personal process, and it doesn't need to be shouted from mountaintops. It's most well received when it meets others through your embodiment, your way, your action. And then from there, once you start to understand what your will is in this moment, going forward, letting that which has passed by just be. And then as you move forward, you have this opportunity to bring your awareness, and that's that awakening. So if you've gone through your own level of awakening, which I think every person on this planet has to some degree, and your current state of awareness will require your will to remain aware, your will to continue to examine, be objective, explore, and your will to ask questions, and your will coupled with your awareness to no longer be manipulated from the inside out. And see, when we become firm in our convictions from the inside out, the predator has no weak point to enter. There's no opening. And so these can look like things that if one is overly concerned on the exterior, how they look, that manipulation then comes in the form of advertisement. It comes in the form of a person feeding on one's over concern on how they look. If one is overly attached to their wounds, then again, the outside world can play on those wounds and the predator can do the same. And so this has been the dance that we've been in. And now we step out of it. And with that awareness, you have the opportunity to be like, wow, I want to exercise my will and my awareness in every single moment to the best of my ability. Now, what this looks like when we start to relate to others is that it's a little bit of a dance. It's kind of like a two-step or a swing dance, I would say, that back step and then forward, back step and forward. It's this exchange between each other depending where the other person's will is and where their awareness is. And then on that rock step, there's the ability to sync up. And from there, you can swing out and twirl and flip and play. So many options. But you just get in sync in that base step. And with those two things, when you have two people that have a will and an awareness, they become in a flow. Now, if either one of those individuals or both starts to revert to the manipulation to get what's needed or expected, or reverts to control, what will happen is that simple baseline step will go sideways, will get botched. And even in that moment, can start to become dangerous when the twirling starts and the spins, because one wrong direction can hurt the other person physically. And so those will be indicators for each self as they engage with the world around them. Are they able to find that sync in a simple step forward and back, forward and back? And then where is that energy able to go from there? Where is it to evolve? Where is it to travel? Where is it to traverse to? And then what can it create with that energy? And so in that process, it will be a practice. This isn't a magic wand moment. This is really our opportunity to pave the way for our ancestors in the future. This is our opportunity to do right by one another and make things right based on where we came from. And so the other key component in this process is humility. And humility gives one the opportunity just to bow down to self, to honor where maybe the egos got over involved, where attachment has gotten over involved. And when one's willing to keep humility close by, it's very effortless to see when one presumes something that wasn't so. It's very easy to see what is and to also objectively understand how one has contributed to that moment. And so all three of these aspects will give us the power to start moving forward into a place of integrity, refinement, and with greater ease to preserve that innocence that I spoke about last week. And so as a whole era is being born right now, and we come into this age of refinement and mastery, these components are needed. Because something really curious happens when we start to master something or we start to present it in a way that the ego can come in, because we are in physical human embodiment, and start to like the feeling of the mastery, to like the feeling of what's being created. Yet then what happens is that ego can quickly or not so quickly sabotage what is being created. However, if the individual welcomes the gaze to stay soft, they can feel the resonance of the mastery increasing by the practice, the discipline, their own ability to stay in an energy exchange with the world around them that is prudent and consistent. That then the ego can be relied on more as an observer versus getting inflated like a balloon that will eventually pop. So, as inspired, I welcome you, even in this moment, and after you complete this silence and the sound, is ask yourself, where does my will reside? Am I willing to flow from here in a way that will benefit my contribution to the world around me, will assist me in mastery and paving that way for the future generations to come? And if the answer is yes, it's important to sit with your solar plexus and really sit to see how it feels right now. Where is it aligned? Where is it not? Where is the energy stuck inside the solar plexus? Where is there anxiety, worry, doubt? And are you ready to work that out so that you can reclaim your will and, where needed, release yourself from any patterns and altercations or commitments that are not integral, that are more reflective of the past, the predatory dance, the enabler dance, the turn the other cheek dance. And bit by bit, for those that are inspired to take action in this way, your will become very clear to you. And similar to tribal situations, everyone's will becomes woven together to support the whole. It's not just based on what the I wants. And you can use your awareness coupled with your ego. Your awareness is to see things both in the physical world and the non-physical world, the seen and the unseen world. And your egos can be very helpful to objectively see the physical world for you. And your awareness can help bridge the two. And this is where discernment is required, because we weren't very discerning over these couple thousand millions, since really the planet's inception. There's been a manipulation going on. But this is exciting times, because we have an opportunity to make things right. And then as you have your will, your awareness, your observer all engaged, soften the gaze. Soft, simple gaze down towards the earth, welcoming yourself to stay there so that you can refine your gifts that are intended to be of service. And then all those other things that people get caught up on quickly fade away when the attention is here. Because all that you need is right in front of you. It's not in the phone. It's not in the past. It's right here where you are. And then the consciousness is assisting you with that present moment awareness in weaving the future. And as you weave that future, if it's done with your will, awareness, and humility, it will be of great benefit to all. And so the final point that I would like to share is that this is and will be a practice. And the practice will help undo those places that we found ourselves in the most recent past. And so we truly can, if we so do choose, approach this moment as a new beginning, as a clean slate. It's not to say that those still attached to the way things were will not attempt to rebrand the past as something new. So it's going to rely on each and every one of you to harness your will, empower your awareness, and soften your gaze. And so as we lead into the silent meditation, I just welcome you to acknowledge where your Achilles tendon is and where your lack or lost creativity went. This transition from working in a manipulated creative environment, that is, the foundation of it is for two things: mind control, people control, and stealing, where we can transition that back to freedom of expression, freedom of thought, and entering into all possibility. Those possibilities are what feed this world system and create this miraculous dance between the living and breathing organism of this planet, your consciousness, and all that we co-create. It might be tempting to reach back to the way things were. Yet, that's not where we're headed. So with that being said, I welcome you to come up to an upright seated position, taking a deep, full breath up into your heart center. And then exhale out. Another one, inhale. And exhale. Good. Again, inhale. And exhale. And then gently from there, just welcome you to have a soft gaze at a focal point down in front of you, observing your natural breathing pattern. And if the mind wanders, bring it back to the focal point of the breath and or the spot in front of you. Staying focused.
it is beyond form. Look, it cannot be heard, it is beyond sound. Wait, it cannot be held back. The sands are falling down. Wait, it cannot
So just gently, I welcome you to just bring yourself into Shavasana, reclining completely flat on the floor or bed or sofa, and just lay with your back to that surface, palms face up, and then continue to follow your breath and receive.
Ane 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 ram, ane ane ram, do do ane je ai, ane ane om, do ane ai, ane ane om, ane ane om, do do ane alam, ane ane om, do ane ai, ane ane om, ane ane om, do do ane ai, ane ane lam, do ane ai, ane ane ram, ane ane ram.
Taking a soft, gentle breath, breathing in and out of your heart center. Gently breathing in and out. Again, inhale. And exhale. Good. Again, inhale. And exhale. Good. And then gently from there, welcoming you to bring that breath up into your heart center. And then just welcoming yourself to exhale when you're ready. So, as you bring your awareness back to my voice, I welcome each and every one of you in this moment just to be for a little bit longer, allowing yourself to integrate and process as you flow into the next. And if possible, take a moment to write down those words, which are also listed in the title above: will, awareness, and humility. And really reflect on how you relate to those words and how they're expressed, if they are at all in your current state of affairs. And then from there, create an arc of where you want to be. Remembering that as we enter into an era of mastery, with the elimination of manipulation, that the effort will need to be there, the discipline will need to be there, the awareness will need to be there. And the alchemical, sincere secret sauce is the humility. The veils will continue to drop, and your consciousness will continue to be aware of those that are ready to create from purity, innocence, free will. And a state of awareness that isn't just for the benefit of self, but many. And so be easy with yourself where you are. Be easy with yourself as you go through the process. And utilize humility when it's time to self-correct. When you start to witness where you maybe made a presumption or assumption or an error, welcome yourself just to bow down to yourself. Be human with one another. And don't be afraid to metaphorically eat crow. In those moments, we deepen our bond with one another. We deepen trust in our humanity with one another. So until next time, this is Suzanne signing out with a full heart, a soft gaze, a deep bow, and a namaste. We're signing out with little Kadri Scott. May you shine, shine so bright.
Every day I'm looking and searching for something to calm my mind, but I don't know what I'm looking for because it's hiding behind
And you know I never really felt love before. Never opened your door. Blue soul, oh, I know we can still love more. Lay down, see sound, taste words and feel your blue soul. Inside my dreams, your soul